Hello traders, welcome to my channel. I really want to thank you for supporting my channel, for liking the videos, for watching the videos, and I urge you to subscribe to my channel. I urge you to like the videos, and I urge you to give comments in order to have some knowledge on what I will produce in the coming videos. So in today's video, we are going to mainly focus on the weekly forecast for the coming week. We saw a good week that closed according to our buyers. We had FOMC statement on Wednesday, which played according to our buyers. We had NFP um, news release on Friday, which also played according to our buyers. So traders, if you follow my channel, you really have to get some good insights that will help you to trade intra-week, which will give you an edge in the market because you go in the week knowing the highest probability that is most likely to happen in the market. So let us begin our analysis for this week. We always begin with Forex Factory, which gives us the fundamental analysis for the coming week. On Monday, we are seeing red folder news, which could bring in some volatility that will create the high or the low of the week. And on Tuesday, we don't have any red folder news. On Wednesday, we don't have any red folder news. We shall have red folder news on Thursday. What does it mean? That on Monday, we may make the high or low of the week. And on Tuesday, we could see some consolidation. And on Wednesday, we see the same consolidation. And we see an expansion on Thursday that will close until Friday. So our role as traders is to wait. Remember the strategy we are using on no red folder days. When the days have no red folder news, it is a low probability trading day, and we are conscious when we are moving into such market conditions. So on the charts, we begin with the DXY, and we shall begin with the monthly since this is a new month. We see that the previous month ended as or closed as a down close candle, and even this new month we are seeing it following the same trend of the previous month. However, we can see that price has already broken the low of the previous month, and it is now heading on to another low of another previous month. So we could see price heading lower, tapping into this swing low and getting some rejection into the range of the current month. We also have this swing low, which will be our uh, final maybe, which will be our last line of defense if we are to trade within this month. So that is on the monthly. We are still moving lower, and we have these rejection points or support levels which could bring the price go back into the range according to how the month will play. So on the weekly, we have this nice level that we had marked. Sorry, on the monthly, we had marked this nice level here, which was a fair value gap, and we really expected the previous week on the weekly to come tap in the fair value gap and head lower, which it did perfectly. It came, tapped in the previous week, tapped in the fair value gap. It respected the 50% level and moved lower. So we are moving low. So on the daily, we see price has already broken these lows, and now what do we expect? We expect price to come retest this low, this fair value area, and move lower, targeting these areas that we have marked. So leaving that aside, let us go on the Euro USD on the monthly. Traders, we start our analysis on the monthly time frame. So the Euro USD on the monthly is nasty. We see it consolidating for quite a big time, and it is heading to this swing high level, which we could see some rejection upon breaking it. Um, it is also rejecting currently on another swing level, but we are projecting it to have some break of the previous months high in order to see some rejection. However, now we are still moving higher. So on the weekly, on the Euro USD, we have this swing point that we got from the monthly time frame that we could see some potential rejection or as our target as we are trading higher. However, we can see that this price came and respected this previous week fair value gap that we had marked intra-week in order for it to go higher. So that was our last week bias and it was respected. What do we expect? We expect to trade higher intra-day the coming week, targeting this level and also targeting this swing high, and consequently as our last line of defense we shall be targeting this swing high. So it is a game of probability. We really have to wait and see what the markets will bring to us. On the daily, we have the same swing point or swing high that we could have as our potential target. However, we could see some pullbacks into this void, this large candle which was created by NFP. We could see some price pullbacks into the 50% of this void in order for price to make the low of the week and create and go higher, respecting or drawing to the liquidity of these swing highs that we have drawn. So on the GBP USD on the monthly, it is also not good price action. It is moving to the sideways. It is not making higher highs and higher lows. However, the trend is still there. We are still going to the upside. So our potential target is this previous month high that we could see price trading to, and another target could be this other swing high that we could see price trading to. So on the monthly, we are still moving higher. On the weekly, we are doing the same. However, we had this nice pullback that I anticipated during the previous weekly forecast. We said that price could come into this order block and tap in the fair value gap respecting the 50%, which it did perfectly. It rejected with the rejection candle and closed with the rejection, which implies that we could see some good moves heading higher, targeting this swing high uh, for us to trade as our draw on liquidity. So what does it mean? We have a bullish bias. So this week we could start by moving a little bit lower, and intraday we move higher, targeting these swing highs that I have marked. Um, on the daily, we have already started respecting this level that we drew last week, and we expect to see some 4-hour fair value gaps that will push price to this level. So that is our bias for the Euro USD, and for the GBP USD we expect up close candles and we are trading to the upside. So anything can happen. This is forex. It is a game of probability. Anything can happen, and we could see some down close candles disrespecting these lows. And once we disrespect such a major low, we expect now to have changed the bias into the downside, into the selling bias. However, now we are still respecting our order flow. That means we expect price to head higher. On the S&P 500, um, this was also interesting. Let's remove the drawings. On the monthly, I told you this is a trending index. It always moves into one direction. As you see, it is always moving to the upside. When it goes to the downside, it goes there just a little bit in order for it to have a nice push again up. So the previous month closed as a down candle. We had looked at this fair value gap to get some nice rejection on the monthly. However, we are now seeing a disrespect of this fair value gap where price has already disrespected the mean threshold of this fair value gap, hence heading lower. And our last line of defense where we expect price to get some rejection is this order block. So we are already in the order block that I have marked, and we really expect some rejection. However, our role as traders is to wait and see what the market will give us, because we are seeing a down close month, and we are seeing uh, the current month heading lower, so we could see price going lower and lower into this order block for it to go higher. um, at the same on the weekly, we are targeting this order block to go higher. So our role as traders is really to wait and see what price will bring to us. This index normally trades in the opposite direction with the US dollar, the DXY. However, during the week the past week, we saw it trading in the same direction with the US dollar, which is quite unnormal. Even when the US dollar news was not good, we saw it still respecting the news and going into the usual direction of the US dollar. These are discorrelated currencies. The indices always move in the opposite direction of the DXY. However, now we saw the Nasdaq, we saw the S&P 500 all moving in the same direction. But my anticipation is we could have been targeting this order block for the price to tap in, get some support in order to move higher. So on the S&P 500, I'm still waiting to see whether we could get some good rejection. Like here on the daily, we expect price now to reject because it is already in the last line of defense, our last order block. And should we disrespect this order block, we shall have changed the character and we shall have changed our bias, hence moving to the downside. So on the indices, I'm still aside. I will not touch on anything until price shows me the intended direction. So traders, I always focus on these pairs. As I told you, I focus on GBPUSD, I focus on Euro USD, and when they are not moving, I always add on the S&P 500, which is a good trending index. So I thank you for liking my channel, and I thank you for watching the channel. I urge you to subscribe. I will be bringing in more insightful videos during the week, and I wish you a nice trading week. May the markets move with you.